sisters that are light here, and one of my favorite spiritual idols is the Hindu god Shiva. I love Shiva, and I do resonate with him, and I can know that he is within me, that I can sprout him out of my head and emanate that, and emanate Shiva from my being. Because the truth is that you are all gods, that all gods are just fragments of your essence, fragments of your power, fragments of your energy, and maybe even your imagination. Now, don't take me wrong about the imagination part, because imagination plays a big role in magic. Now, I'm not going to debate about it right now, but I'm going to make another video about it on another time. But one of the things that I adore and I find inspiring about Shiva is the fact that he is stable, that he is beyond thought, that he is human-like in a lot of ways. He's a god, but he still he's a god, but he still feels pain. He can still feel grief and sadness. The Shiva is a meditator to Brahma, to the Hindu god for creation, the absolute god. The absolute god, the changeless, stable, and forever unchanging part of existence, that he is beyond all things and beneath all those things, that he is within those. So Shiva is quite like me, spends a lot of time meditating and doing crazy stuff. He meditates on cremation grounds, chants and sings, dances all the time. In one of the stories that he met his wife and goddess Parvati. Her stories about Shiva and Parvati as a spiritual being, as a very open spirituality child. So heard about it. She wanted to know Shiva, to see him and even worship him. So she told her father to lead her to Shiva. And she led her, and he led her into Shiva. And he was doing the stable Shiva things, meditating on cremation grounds. Later we have a story of lust and attraction, of Parvati begging for Shiva to open his eyes, to meet her, to speak with her. But Shiva makes no moves. He just continues doing the same stuff. poverty, you called and evolved the god of love and attraction, like Eros, to shoot an arrow of love into Shiva. She called that god, and that god came. In some stories, that god is called Kala, and Kala used his arrow, his bow and arrow, to hit Shiva. As that arrow penetrated the wire and reached Shiva, the arrow simply fell down and it turned into flowers. Shiva was disturbed this time. He turned into them, he opened his eyes, and he dissolved Kala into ashes. So this is one of the many Shiva stories. Now a point of telling them is that you sometimes need to retreat. And like Shiva as the conqueror of enemies. And I wanted to conquer all of my enemies. I don't have enemies in my life or in my path that I can fight because they simply can't get in front of me. Because in front of my path of fire, they're nothing. But I am plagued. I am plagued with my own thoughts, with my own sensitivity, emotions, sometimes even spares, that I had to put to force myself to succeed, to force myself to do good and feel good. The point of the retreat is to simply detach of those things, to simply go into that absolute and find myself. Into something that wouldn't be, or probably couldn't be, but I can. As the conqueror and obtainer of nothing. So it is done.